DLC.
So my Steam wish list got me. We did a paid DLC episode not too long ago about games that you don't even play. You buy it and then it just sits there and you're like, well, how could I lose money by not spending money on this game? It's so well priced. I need to buy it. So my Steam wish list got me, and RoboCop Rogue City is on sale. It is the Steam spring sale, which I feel like these sales we don't talk about as much because it's kind of like these are the games that used to be like exciting. You check in every hour and sometimes you'd be like, oh my, that game's $1. And it's like, it is for 2 minutes and Steam crashes, like you couldn't get it.
I think RoboCop is 40% off right now.
It is 40% off. RoboCop Rogue City. It runs on Unreal Engine 5. I had my eye on this game since it was announced. I love RoboCop. Maybe it's also the all the Helldivers 2 we've been playing. I've just been in the battleship. I've been in the era, I guess, of satirical super violence. Man, I love RoboCop Rogue City. I'm still early hours in it, maybe 4 hours in. I'm dabbling in some of the side missions, dare I call them that. Some of them are like, you get a new mission on your HUD and it's just you go talk to, it's like, oh, you follow this mission and you walk over there and the person's like, do you want to get a coffee? I do. And it's like mission complete. And I'm like, I did it. But it is, I don't think it'll make you a fan of RoboCop. If you don't have any affinity for the character, for the franchise, I don't think this will be the thing that does it. But if you have an affinity for the character, even a passing, love for this character and what the franchise represents, this game nails it. I mean, absolutely nails it in terms of the aesthetic of the, made in the 80s, futuristic, dilapidated Detroit that's run by a corporation, and the police force is run by a corporation to serve their interests, and they've literally built a robot to do their bidding, but this robot still has a little bit of personality left that and what's going to happen, right? But it just does it so well, and it has the original voice cast back. It looks phenomenal. Again, I'm playing on my beefy GP, but man, and it's just it feels like an old Call of Duty campaign, and that I know what I'm doing. Like, I don't expect the last level to be any different than the second level, but I'm okay with that. I walk into the shooting gallery and I'm just like, I'm going to shoot all of you. And you're going to pop out of a closet and I'm going to just blow you up. And you move slowly. There's not a dodge. There's not a crouch. There's none of that. You're just like this walking tank and you take a lot of damage. And yeah, I can like step out of the hallway and lean back for a little bit and then lean over again. But it's just coming in and kind of working your way through these environments that, again, evoke the film franchise so incredibly well. And you can you get perks for solving other crimes along the way. And it's just like, you're in this drug lord's warehouse and you pick up like stolen wallet. I'm glad I found this. And it's like, it's just, again, it's just silly. And it all plays into the atmosphere of what these games were doing again. And with a story that is super on point, better than RoboCop 2 or 3. And I think tells a very cool, interesting look at, what society can be wrapped in hyperviolence, but also not glorifying it the way, what's his name? Same director did Starship.
Paul Verhoeven.
Yes, Verhoeven. Thank you. Like,
it's a very good time to be a video game fan of Paul Verhoeven.
Yes.
we got Helldivers 2. We got RoboCop. They just somebody needs to make the Basic Instinct video game. We'll be all rocking on all cylinders. Showgirls, I guess, or Total Recall.
I mean, I was very interested in this game, but I am truly blown away by it. Like, it got good reviews. Again, I think there's not going to be a level that flips the gameplay on its head, and I'm hoping it's not 30 hours long, because at some point I think it'll grow tired. But just getting in, going through these missions, playing as RoboCop, seeing it look beautiful, just tons and tons and tons of fun. It's a great B-movie game. My only nit for it would be it's not great on Steam Deck, and I would have loved to have this work well on Steam Deck. Just kind of pick up, shoot around for a little bit, put down. It runs but the load times feel annoyingly long. I've had a couple of crashes, hard crashes on Steam Deck I haven't had on my desktop. But otherwise, man, wholehearted recommendation for RoboCop Rogue City. I absolutely love it.
That's fun. How's the Unreal Engine 5 of it all? Is it
stunning?
Yeah, it looked sharp in videos when they were promoting it.
It is stunning, and it's unfair to compare it to Rise of the Ronin because Rise of the Ronin is this big open world game, and RoboCop Rogue City is very much you're on a alley. It's like you're in this big city in Detroit. You're on an alley. They're rendering an alley, and then from that alley you go into a smaller room. But stunning. I mean, stuff is exploding. You pick up you can pick up like CRT monitors and just chuck them at people, and when it does, it like explodes with electricity like out of them, and they like shake and fall over. And you can shoot fire extinguishers that spray and go, exploding barrels, all that stuff. Like, it's a very beautiful looking AA game. I think this shows a lot of what Unreal Engine 5 can be and bring to something like this for a mid-tier budget style game. Like, the animations, some of them aren't the greatest. Like, a guy lifts his arm up and you can tell his t-shirt is part of his body, part of the skin of that wrapping kind of thing, and not the most bespoke.
It's a dystopian future. People have to fuse their t-shirts to their bodies. I don't know what your problem with that is. It's a comment on the t-shirt industrial complex is what
realism.
That is.
Yeah, but it looks fantastic. And again, it's got all of the trappings, the score, the voice talent. I guess my only other nit would be that sometimes the pace of conversations is a little slow, but I forgive that in the AA space of like, they're not Naughty Dog, getting everybody in the room to build these cutscenes. Like, I let it slide. It's a hoot, also, man. Absolute hoot. It's
got Peter Weller, right? He's like voicing. Yeah, that's cool.
He's back.
How did the marketing team not go day one and sell it at $1? How do you not do that?
Yeah.
How do you not do that?
Well, I bought it at way more than $1, so that's probably why they did it that way.
So that's $30 right now on Steam. So if you're hearing this anywhere around the Steam sale,
and I've heard it's great on console too. I don't think you need to wait for a PS5 Pro. I've heard it's great on console.
I'm playing it on Xbox, so yeah, it's pretty good.
Thank you for your cooperation.
You can get the full audio version of this show by subscribing to the RSS feed, which you can find at dlcpod.com. And you can support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/dlcpod, where you will get ad-free versions of the show, video versions of the show on demand, and a whole bunch of extra content, like Wednesday's show, paid DLC, including spoiler chats, so much more. That's patreon.com/dlcpod.